All right? So we're going to do 6 of these and they're going to last approximately 2 minutes. All right? So how to start, come back here. So hands up in the air, right? So when your hands up in the air, I don't want your backs to be back like this. Keep a nice line with your bum top to ribs down, hands above your head, right? So you're going to go from here into a squat. Keep your hands above your head, hands down onto the ground nice and slow. And you're going to try to keep your heels on the ground for as long as you can. And you're just going to walk out. When you get to the bridge position, take one hand up off the ground, reach up really high, back down again, opposite hand, back down again, and we're going to walk back in nice and easy, right? So that's 1 rep. So we're going to go up again, squat down really deep, heels on the ground, hands onto the ground. You're going to walk out. You're going to bring your right hand, try to touch the sky with it. Back down again, reach up again, really reach up onto the sky. Back down again, and you're going to nice and easily walk back in to your squat and stand up. So we're going to go 4 more of these. Back down again, walk out, bring it to your bridge, reach up, back down again, reach up, back down again, and walk back in into your squat and stand up. So guys, the good thing that keep going now as they speak, right? So with these exercises, right, they're stretching and strengthening your ankles, your knees, your hips. When you're in a bridge here, it's working on your core, and that reach up to the sky works on your T-spine. So you're kind of ticking the box with your strength. I should have put my hands up there, sorry. And your mobility, all in one exercise, right? So if you do these nice and slow, it should take you about 15 seconds. So 6 of these is going to be 2 minutes of mobility. You know, so even if you do 2 minutes of mobility a day for any sport, not that mobile. Come on. All right, she's just showing off now. And back. Reach up really high. Back down again. Reach up really high. Back down again. And this is our last one, guys. So heels onto the ground and stand up. All right? Do you find them good? You okay? Very good. So the next one, guys, I asked you earlier to get a water bottle, books, and a towel, right? So I want you to set up for this exercise, right? I want you to get those 3 things, okay? Lie flat out onto the ground. So you're going to lie down, hands up out in front of you, right? So put your books, say at 10 o'clock, your water bottle at 12 o'clock, and your band or your towel at 2 o'clock, all right? So you shouldn't be able to touch them when you're lying down and your hands are out. You shouldn't be able to touch them, so there should be about 1 inch to 2 inches between your hand and the objects, all right? Can you get that set up there? And give me a thumbs up when you're done. You right? Okay. Yeah. So you all set up there, guys? Are you set up? Brilliant, right? So what I want you to do, so from that position, when your hands are down, I want you to come up onto a bridge position, right? So your water bottle, your books, and your bands are about 2 feet away from you, okay? So hold the bridge, you can move over there. And I want you to position your body. So if I say right leg water bottle, you shift your weight and bring your right leg up to the water bottle and back into a bridge position, all right? Okay, so set up there now, guys. Set up there. All right. So right hand bands. And back to the center. And left foot bands. Right hand books. So you need to stay in the bridge position here now, good. Left leg books.
Left leg books.
Right leg water bottle.
Right leg water bottle.
Good, excellent. Back to the center there now, very good. Right hand bands.
Right hand bands.
Good, Reeves. Good. Left foot bands.
Left foot bands. So don't put your feet on.
Right hand bands.
Right hand bands.
Left leg books.
Left leg books.
Good. Take a break there now. We're going to do another. We're going to do that now over again, right? Take a drink and have a bit of a break there. So we're going to do that. If you can actually push your camera so I can see you guys. So get a drink there, and brilliant. Excellent. Right, you do it there now, look. So books. Right, we'll start there now again in 20 seconds, guys. Give yourself a good break. Breathe in here, look. Right? You go here. No. Right? So 10 seconds there now, guys. We're going to start again. So come on, Reese. So get back down onto the floor here. No. So go. So we're going to go left leg bands.
Left leg bands.
That's right leg.
Oh.
And back to the center. Good. And we're going to go right hand bottle. And back to the center. Good. Hold the position. Left hand books.
Left hand.
Good. Back to the center. Left leg books. Now you can leave, yeah, brilliant. So you can take one hand up off the ground if you want. Just once you're balancing on one part of your body. So back into the center. Left hand bands. Reach over, that's right hand. Back to the center. We're going to go left leg bands.
Left
Leg bands. Now we're going to go left leg bottle. And left leg books. Brilliant. Back to the center. Now we're going to go right leg bands. Back to the center now. Keep breathing now, keep relaxed. Left leg books. And last one now is left leg water. Brilliant. All right. Take a little drink there now, guys. I'm into our walking circuit, right? So this is really to strengthen up your hips, your ankles, your knees, your upper body, and just give you more of awareness of what your joints actually do when you're walking, okay? Or dancing. So the first one, you're going to need your books for this one, right? Right? So can you all see me? So get your books. Good. So I just demonstrate there now for a minute, all right? So you're going to stand with your right leg. You're going to keep your body as tight as possible. So you're really going to squeeze your glute. Lock this other leg in. So this should be like a statue, okay? And we're going to drop. So I'm going to try to I'm going to keep this leg nice and straight and try to touch the floor with it, okay? So my right leg is on the books. My left leg needs to stay nice and straight and I want to touch the floor and back up again. So you should feel a nice long stretch here in your hips. Right? So we're going to drop. This knee will bend and drive back up and try to touch your hip off your ear. And now drop back down and drive up. We're going to do 5 of these. So you're all ready to start? Good. So we go 1, so drop, touch the floor, drive right up high to try to touch the ceiling with your hip. And back down again, 2, and drive right up nice and high. And drop your hip, 3, drive up nice and high. Drop 4, and drive up. And drop 5, and drive up. That's very good, guys. So we're going to switch over to the other side. So now we're going to work from our left leg, okay? So the same thing. We're going to start off, we're going to lock our right leg and make it like a statue, okay? And the only way my right foot is going to hit the ground is by me loading up this hip, okay? Bending this knee and loading up this hip. Okay, so we're going to start, lower the tension through your foot or to your leg, and we're going to drop down, touch the floor, and drive back up and try to get your hip up to the ceiling, right? So you're going to drive back down and back up, 2, drive down and load up this hip while this is locked, and drive up, 3, and drop, 4, drop, and 5. So this rhythm for walking, you can imagine, the more loose this is, the better and more efficient. You're all right? So we're going to go back onto our right leg now, right? So the same principle, but what we're going to do is drop our leg forward and back up again. So you're going to try to touch about 2 feet in front of you and back up. So the slower you go, the more you're actually working your base leg, right? So if you can drop down and reach for 3, 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, down, and 1, 2, 3, up. We're going to do 3 more then, so nice and slow. The slower you go, the more you're going to recruit in your hips. So the more muscle you're going to wake up in your hips. 4, drop up, and then 5. Drop up. And switch legs. So the same again. We're going to make this leg nice and stiff. And try to reach as much as you can. So you should all be feeling this in your hips. And drop down. And up. And drop down. Nice and slow now. So if it takes you 3 seconds to get down, it should take you 3 seconds to get back up again. So the slower you go, as I said, the more you're going to wake up this area. And 5. And relax, all right? So we've done the ground, we've done forward. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reach. We can be closer so we can see. So we're going to load up this leg again, and we're going to bring this leg behind us and load up this hip. So as if you're going to try to hit. So if we have a clock, you're trying to hit your back leg at 5 o'clock. Okay? So 6 will be back there, right? So we're going to try to load up this hip, so nice and strong now on your base leg, and you're going to drop and try to hit 5 o'clock. When you hit 5 o'clock, you're going to come up nice and slow and set up again. So we're going to start. So 1, drop to 5, back up again, lock. 2, drop to 5, back up again, and lock. Is everybody feeling this in their hips? And back up again, back down, and drive up, lock, squeeze your bum when you get back up, and you're going to go drop to 5 o'clock with your back leg, and push up through your base leg. Right, we're going to switch and do the last one there here again. So nice and strong on your base leg, and we're going to bring this leg now to 7 o'clock, okay? So you're going to slide your leg back to 7 o'clock, and the only way you're going to get your leg back on is you push through the books and straighten back up again. So you're going to drop, good, back up again, lock, and drop, and drive up, brilliant. Last one, back to 7, And we're going to push through the books and lock back up again, okay? So how did you find that one? Good? Do you find that one good? Right. So this next one, right, it's actually going to help with next week's challenge, the walking on your heels, right? So a big part of walking, obviously, is dorsiflexion and being able to bring your foot up so you'll get more range from your hips, right? So we're going to bring you into a 10-second calf raise. And then with the calf raise, we're going to hold the position of the foot and just lift it off the wall. So if you can get to a wall or even the side of a sofa or something like that, or the door frame. So come back. So I want you to, come back girls, right? So go into a normal calf stretch, that you're getting a nice long stretch for 10 into your calves, right? And then from after 10 seconds, you're going to step off, hold the position of your foot and just take it off the door frame or take it off the couch so that you're really having to use the muscles in your shins to draw that foot back, right? So that's going to help you massively with your walking technique, okay? So we go in and do 10 reps on our left leg, 10 reps on our right leg, okay? So we're going to go in and I'll hold for 10 to stretch, and then 10 to lift off the door frame or off your wall, okay? So we're just going now and we're going to push for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you're just going to bring your body weight back, hold your heel in that position, and now lift your toe off the door frame, okay? So you're really going to have to concentrate here on using the muscles in your shin to keep that foot upright, okay? So we're going to go back into stretch for 10, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and step back and really draw that shin back. Okay, so you don't want your toe to touch off the door. And back into stretch. A nice long stretch as if you to move your foot again in, because you will gain more flexibility as long as this goes on. So if you need to move your foot in a little bit more, just shift your foot position and you get a nice deeper stretch, okay? And come out and you're going to lift. Good. And we're going to go in. Does everybody feel your shin working? Mine is burning now after 4 reps. So we might go at it at 5. Okay, and we're going to pull back again for 10. So really draw back that foot. Brilliant. So shake out that leg, right? And we're going to go in and do the other one. I know that was only 5, but they're actually tough enough. Okay? So heel into the wall. Nice big stretch into the calves, right? So you're trying to feel that stretch now, even into your hamstring. And just keep your breathing nice and relaxed, right? And just let the range go back into your ankle joint, okay? And now you're going to step out, hold that dorsiflexion up. So really concentrate, look down and don't let it tip off the wall. Make sure that and now we're going to push forward again. Have a look and see the difference. For 10. And we're going to pull back. So pull that calf right up or pull the shin right up and try to touch your toe off your knee. So the more contraction you're going to put into this, the stronger your dorsiflexion is going to be. Okay? And in for another stretch. So shift if you have to. Nice long stretch. And you're going to pull it back. Pull that shin or pull that the foot up off the wall.
Good, guys.
Excellent. Rob is going to critique you now if any of you are doing it, because I can't really see. And last one now, we're going to push. Push right in.
Is your glute on? Switch your glutes on as well, lads. This is very specific to walking as well.
And we're going to pull back, pull the dorsiflexion back, And you should really feel the last 2 reps now. I'm after feeling a really big burn on my shin. So that's all there to strengthen up your
Squeeze your butt,
shin
Reeds.
when you're walking, right? So the next one, so that's the front part of our leg, right? The next one, it's going to be like a calf raise. So that push off when you're walking, all right? All the power to push you forward comes from your foot. So if you could push off your big toe at the back, lock your knee and squeeze your glute, that's going to propel you forward in technique. So the more you concentrate in technique, the stronger you get, the more endurance you get, your stride would inevitably get longer because your joints will be more conditioned, right? So we're going to work through our rear chain here now, right? So I'm just going to demonstrate for you. It's like a walking calf raise, okay? So we're going to stand about there, right? So we're going to stand about 2 foot away from the door or the wall or something solid, right? We're going to step into it and get your knee up as high as you can and push off the ball of your foot. So when you step in and lock here, you should feel your glutes squeezed here and try to get your knee up as high as you can, okay? So we want to condition the hips so that when one leg is pushing you forward, the other one is anticipating the landing on its heel to hit the floor and to drive you forward again. So this will really help with the mechanics of your hips and how strong they are to push you forward in running and walking. So it is possible for all sports, okay? So we go for 10 on each. I want you to hold. So when you push off the back foot, I want you to bring your knee up as high as you can and hold for 2 seconds, right? So when you hold for 2 seconds, you let a big exhale out and then come back out. So really focus on your breathing as well when you're doing this so that you're not tense doing it and you're not getting any benefit. So relax into it and big contraction, big deep breath in, exhale, and start another rep, okay? So I'll walk you through them there again. Do you want to do them up against here?
Can I bring this up closer?
No, it's fine. Right? So step about 2 feet away from the wall. We're going to plant our foot and push into the wall. Squeeze your glute and back out again. Right? So this should be a big force now for you to do this. Step, drive, sorry. And back out again. And you're going to step in, drive your knee up high, push the ball of your foot through the floor and squeeze your glutes. Back out again. Drive up, lock, knee up as high as you can, back out again. Step in, drive up, squeeze the glute, back again. Step up, squeeze the glute, back again. Switch legs, all right, same on the other side. So when you step in, you're driving up your left or right if you started on the opposite one. And there's a big hold at the top for 2 seconds, and then you come out of the rep, right? So we're going to go, step in, drive up, push through the ball of your foot, back out again.
Come on!
Step in, drive up, and back down again. Step in, drive, big push into the wall, squeeze your glute, back again, down, push through the wall, back again, and drive in, push up through the wall, squeeze your glute, big push into the wall, and back again. 2 more, drive, push, back again, drive, push, and back again. Okay. Can you all see how they can actually help a walking technique? So with your dorsiflexion, the stronger the muscles in your shin will be, the more range you'll get into your ankle. You'll hit the ground, push through, and that push through and that force from the back, your glutes will push you forward. So if you can condition all of those, whether it's for walking or running, they'll be invaluable to you. And I know a lot of you are young, and you'll be growing. So even keeping this circuit as a reference to how your hips are moving, how you're pushing off the back, that'll be invaluable for the next couple of years, especially when you want to develop into a walker who's ultimately going to be walking 10Ks, 20Ks. So they'll be brilliant for you, okay? So we're going to go into a bridge A hip bridge.
Oh, a hip bridge. You said a bridge.
A bridge. Right.
Yeah, bridge.
My assistant isn't cooperating at all today with me. Right? So we're going to go into a hip bridge.
A bridge?
Yeah. So can you all see me? No, they need to be able to see me then. Right? Come on.
Yeah, we can all see you, Marian. Keep going, good stuff.
Okay. So lie flat on the back. So you want as much of your spine on the back, on the floor as you can, right? So you're just going to take your bum. So you don't want to be like this. You're just going to take your bum up off the ground by an inch, okay? So it's not a massive hip bridge like this. We're just going to be able to keep as much of your back on the ground as you can, just by lifting your bum off, okay? So we're going to start with our heels right up as close to your bum as you can, and holding that position, you just walk out, keep your breathing nice and relaxed, walk out until you kind of feel your lower back coming off the floor, and then you start walking back in again. So you should be kind of aware when you're doing this whole exercise from start to finish, that your lower back, so the small little area in your back, should be touching the ground, and you're just loading up your hamstrings with your hips and your rib cage in a nice neutral position, okay? So you're just going to go out and back another 6 times. So in, nice and easy. So keep the awareness of your back on the ground. You're going to take little baby steps with your heels. Keep your toes up to the ceiling. And as close to your bum as you can. Good. And you're going to walk out. These exercises are really good warm-ups because they keep your upper body nice and tight, and they just leave your hamstrings load up at different lengths, okay? Very good. Okay, so nice baby steps in now. Keep your back against the wall, or against the floor. Keep your breathing nice and relaxed. And you're just going to ease out. Nice little baby steps. Keep your toes pointed up to the ceiling. And you'd even find with this, the fact that you have to keep your toes pointed up, that's still even giving you more work on your shin muscles. So that's even strengthening up your shin muscles as well as waking up your hamstrings and your glutes. So this is a really good exercise, especially for warming up. If you have a session, walking session, running session to do, these are excellent. Right? And this is the last one, okay? So we're going to back up again. So where's my shirt? Right. So, all right. So this one is Rob's favorite one, all right? And the girls love it as well. So we're going to sit onto the ground, right? So we're going to sit onto the ground. So make sure you have about 2 or 3 meters of a stretch, right? So we're going to set up chest nice and high, hips square, right? And we're going to bring in our walking arms, right? So how we cue technique, right, is make space between your ears and your shoulders. So a lot of people, when they first introduced to race walking, their chest will go out and they'll be walking like this, right? So how you're actually going to get better technique and be more efficient when you walk is that if you can start from your technique from the head down. So if you make space between your ears and your shoulders, you're automatically creating an anchor for your hips with your shoulders. So the tighter and the more and the stronger of your upper body is, the more you'll be able to work your hips, right? So we're just going to bring this. So we're going to make space between our ears, and you're going to nice and slow rhythm with your upper body and with your arms. So when you're trying to get your elbows, say, to touch the wall behind you, right? So nice big long stretch, right? So after 10 seconds now, we're just going to bring in a hip shift, right? So we're going to shift opposite forward with your hip. 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to try to inchworm out using your arms and legs. So you're trying to incorporate your upper body, lower body, and you're just trying to shift your weight forward using your hips, right? You're going to keep your legs as straight as you can. Bring your arms back. So Rob's going to demonstrate this. The sun is getting in my eyes. Right?
This is great for walking
Yeah.
because if you use
so go back and start from the start, right? I want to watch you anyway doing it, guys. All right?
So if your arms are strong, what wouldn't matter? Only inch them back.
Yeah, so inching forward. You go forward and back, right?
Yeah, and you can just do it with your arms as well, sitting on the floor, because you can really keep your shoulders level and you can drive your arms. And if your arms get really strong, you can really be lifting your butt up and down off the ground.
Yeah.
But also going back and forward with the legs is really good for your core.
And your hips.
It's really good. This is a really good walking exercise and for warming up as well.
So, right, I want to watch you there now, guys, right? I want you to start. So go back a meter or so, right? And I want you to get into the position. So start off with your hands. So I want you to start driving your arms. So nice and slow now. So it's not fast, right? Slower. Nice, slow. So with every move your arms, you're trying to hit your elbow off the back wall behind you, okay? Nice and slow. Go slower. Good. And keep breathing, right? Now in 10 seconds, I want you to start shuffling forward with your hips. So use your upper body and your hips to work together to get you forward, okay? So start scooching there now. So scooch, use your upper body, opposite hand, opposite leg. Similar enough to the way you used to when you're walking, okay?
Go on, Reese.
So a nice shuffle forward. Guys, some of you are flying it. I'm sure some of you are on skateboards, are you? Very good. That's excellent, guys. Brilliant. Drive your arms now. 10 more seconds. Try to shuffle forward. So can you feel how much that's working your upper body and your lower body? So that's what you want to be doing when you're walking. You want your upper body to help your lower body, and you want your lower body to help your upper body, right? So when you all work together, that's when you become better walkers and everything will start knitting together, okay? That's excellent, right? Brilliant stuff, guys. You're doing brilliant, right? So jump up there, go in, get a drink. So I'll give you have 30 seconds, 40 seconds there, and get a drink, and we'll come back and we'll start another circuit.
Marian, I know it's difficult when talking to the screen, but you're good. You're doing brilliant. It's great seeing you around the country doing it. So keep going. It's not easy, but keep going. And your assistants are brilliant as well.
I know, I'm being overshadowed here by them, Pierce, I'd say.
Are the kids getting bored, Pierce?
No, they're not. I hear them buzzing here and they're getting photographs and videos from all over the world. People doing it. So just keep going.
It's 36 minutes in, like.
That's the whole call, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, what? Nearly done now. We just have one circuit to do, right? So guys, for the next one, right, I want you to get your towel. I want you to get your towel or your band or whatever you're going to use as tension. We might need your books again, right? Or if you have a chair, that would be grand.
Big book.
Right. All right.
Take a book.
So are you all ready? Right, I'm going to use a towel, right? We have bands, but a towel is actually really good because you have to, if you want to pull the towel apart, you have to use so much of your upper body and the tension in your upper body to keep the tension in the towel, right? So we're going to start with the towel. Some of you, if you're able to go overhead, well and good. If not, and you find it a little bit harder, go in front, bring it in front of you, right? So you want to start off with a nice bit of tension on the towel. You're going onto your knees, okay? So you want to bring your leg up to squat, leg up, leg back, leg up. Leg, back, right? So try to keep your hips nice and low, right? And try to keep the tension right onto your towel or your band, okay? 7, 8, 9, these are tough, guys, I shouldn't have put these in. 10, I'm back down again, right? So that's, again, everything with upper and lower body. The upper body is going to work, the towel is going to work your upper body, and you really have to concentrate on your technique to hold your hips low. So all these exercises will really help conditioning your hips, okay? And we're going to do chair dips, right? So if you can, get a chair, all right?
Okay, that's my chair.
So Regan can demonstrate. So get a chair, or even, guys, your books will do. If you want to sit with your hands, the palms of your hands on the books. Good. So you're going to look. Right, so hands on, palms of your hand on, legs out. No legs out onto the ground, right? Heels up. So Regan is going to demonstrate this now for me, all right? Because I'm old and I need a break. Right? So you're just going to hold your body in this position, dip from your elbows, bend your elbows, try to touch your bum off the ground, off the chair, and push back up again. So we're going to try to do these for 10, okay? So lock out, dip, lock up for 10. Dip, squeeze your bum when you get up, lock for 10. 3. Good. Keep going there now. I just want to watch. Dip. You can use anything, a couch, just something to anchor yourself off. Push, squeeze. Good. Dip. Lock, squeeze. Back up. Squeeze. Excellent. 8. Or that you do 10. Right. So if you've 10 done, you switch it over. So you get your chair. Right? And you go into a plank position with your chair. Beat their left and then want to kick you. And you go into slow mountain climbers. So you're trying to push and touch your elbow. Good. So keep it going there. So guys, with walking, because it's an endurance event and you're going fast, I know it's an endurance event, but it's still fast motion. The slower you actually do exercises at your age, the better it is for your joints, because and your technique, because if you can access more range in your joints, you'll get more strength out of them. So like with walking in any endurance event, it's best to do these exercises nice and slow, first of all, to get the technique and to make sure you're doing it right. But the slower you do them, the more normally you'll adapt to them, all right? So you don't necessarily need to be really, really fast stuff. You can leave that for your walks and your runs and your fast sessions. So the conditioning and the strength side of these sessions, the slower you do it, the better, okay? That's excellent. Right. So we've one more exercise left, guys, right? So we're going to go, again, we're going to, come on, he's like a Facebook takeover, come on, right? So we're going to go, show the exercise, right? So we're going to put our legs back, hands up over our head with the towel. So you still want that tension into the towel, right? We're going to do 5 of these really nice and slow, right? So step out, lock up over your head. We're going to go down for 5 and push up for 5. So down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push through the floor to get yourself back up to standing. So drop down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push through the floor to stand up. Keep the tension on the towel now, so the more you can recruit the towel, the more tension you can put into the towel, the better the exercise. And lock. Last one. Push down, 3, 4, 5, and push up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch legs. Right? We're going to go down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push up, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. Can you see how I meant the slower you do these, the slower you do them, the tougher they are. So the better they are for your joints. And down. And last one after this. And the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push through the floor to stand. Well done.
Well
Right?
done, lads.
So we're going to do a little stretch there now just to finish, right? And if any of you have any questions, me and Rob will be delighted to answer them, okay? So we're just going to start from our head. And nice big circles. Big circles.
Wait, look.
And start if you, no, you won't be out of breath, but if you even can start regulating your breathing, big nice deep breaths.
Really, come back.
And into your shoulders. Forward. And back.
Right, this is a good one.
Is it?
Yeah.
You can do the next week's circuit. So Regan's coming up with her own exercises to bring to the next week's one. Right, big huge circles. Good. Nice and relaxed now. And now you bring this arm, get your right arm, and bring your left arm and pull it around. So you're going to get a nice stretch into your upper arm there. And release, and back up, and release. And now we're going to go into standing, and just big circles, nice and relaxed circles with your hips, right? So try to make the circles as big as you can. Keep it nice and slow, so you really can get into stretching all the muscles that support your hips and your lower back. Very good. And now you get your quads, you're just going to get your foot, pull your quad back, squeeze your bum to get another more of a stretch on your quad. Nice and relaxed. And turn, squeeze your bum. Excellent. And we're just going to bring our foot out in front of us and sweep the floor back up again. And we're going to sweep back up and sweep back up. Switch legs. Nice and slow now, guys. So heel into the ground, sweep, nice up high, sweep the floor, back up again, and sweep the floor and back up again. All right, guys, you did brilliant. Rob wants to chat to you there. So.
Ask me if you have any questions.
Marian, I was just going to say, while you're catching your breath, just to say thanks a million for that. It was absolutely brilliant.
No,
there was so many messages. Yeah, there was so many messages there that I think that the kids will get. First and foremost, we've recorded the session, so we'll make it available exclusively to all members of the Robert Heffernan Race Walking Academy, all paid up members. So you have to have your subscriptions paid. But guys, for all the boys and girls watching this, and I'm going to turn off mute so everybody can ask a few questions afterwards. We're looking at two Olympic athletes here, an Olympic medalist and an Olympic athlete, right? They did this in their kitchen. So we can all complain about facilities and tracks and gyms and everything being closed. This was done in the kitchen on a Saturday morning. She's there, 2 kids with her, no problem doing it. She gave up her time for everybody. So the message I want to give to everybody is no matter what your dreams are when you're a kid, there's nothing can stop you. You'll always find a solution to any problem. So don't ever think, I live in an area with no facilities and no equipment or whatever. Anything is possible if you believe in yourself and work hard enough. On that front, I want to give a big shout to Sam Regan, who did a project for the All-Ireland Young Scientist competition, and in fairness, got in the top 3, and he did it on the Robert Heffernan Academy. So I think that's just a great example of a guy who can actually balance up his sport with his academics as well. Just to remind everybody, can you get in the challenge times for tomorrow? So it's the 1K, the 1.2, 1.5, whatever it was for the 3 age groups, plus the speed bouncing. And I know Rachel Tracy set a new record for the speed bouncing. So I want to see videos posted on Facebook as well, just to encourage the rest of us to do it. And other than that, Rob, if you want to say good words, I'm going to unmute people because let's give 5 minutes, everybody. We've got about 5 minutes left on the call, just to ask any questions, or if you wanted to say thanks to Robert and Marian for giving up their Saturday morning to help you in your house, by all means do it. I'm going to unmute people and you can talk. And thanks for your time. And I'll send details next week about whatever the Zoom call is at the same time next Saturday morning. So I might just unmute people here. And anyone's floor is open, Rob. You can take it up and I'll unmute people, okay? Thank you for your time, everybody. Oh no.
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 I can't hear anything.
Every single person know here, we love when the times for the challenges come in on the Sunday. So I just want to encourage everybody to get out tomorrow. I'll kill you. Get out tomorrow, get your times in before lunchtime, because we put a couple of hours away in the evening just to analyse everything, and we get a great kick out of knowing that everybody's out there and driving on all different parts of the world and all different parts of the country in different conditions. So lads, keep the energy up, keep positive. It can be done, and we'll keep on driving on every week, all right? Do you want to ask Marian some questions?
Thanks, Rob. I think they can all unmute themselves now. If anybody wants to make a comment at all, or say thank you, or even ask a question or a comment, the floor is open.
Guys, you all did excellent today. Does
I
anybody
think they're all wrecked, Marian. I think you've tired them out, Marian. That's what's happened.
I think so. I know. Look, lads, hopefully the circuit, it'll be just a reference for you to.
Oh, no. Fuck it. Oh, shit.
Again.
Where's Marian?
Well, do I have to repeat
Sorry,
myself?
you're back. Sorry, Marian. Sorry, I was trying to let everybody else in. Apologies.
No, I was just saying, well done, and sorry, now my TikTok queen is going to is trying to take over. But you know, I hope with the session, you're going to gain something from it, and you can use it as a reference for your warm-ups and your, you know, the start of your sessions, just so that you understand the technique a little bit more, because you know, walking is excellent, that you'll keep the bigger and stronger you get, the faster you'll get. So help your body along, help your joints along, and you know, all this stuff. Rob probably did this stuff before he raced in Moscow. You know, it's
every day, lads.
Yeah.
Just think in a circus when you're younger, your mobility and your strength is going to help you go quicker when you're walking. So me and Pierce are always trying to really reiterate that strong heel strike and the toe pointed up. That comes from strength all the way up through the body. So the circuits are going to make you strong. So keep on top of that. And again, drive on with the challenges tomorrow, lads, and send in the times.
Marian, I only think that the silence for everybody is because you've wrecked them all. I think they're all absolutely shattered. So it's a Saturday morning. They all worked very hard. It was great to see the videos of everybody coming around, guys. It was really good. And we were all working out of our sitting room and out of our kitchen. There's no excuse for not being able to do the work at all, guys. It was brilliant to see everything. And Marian, you made it so simple. I mean, a couple of books, a towel, and a little bit of space in your kitchen, and that's all you needed to do it. So, you know, don't ever use an excuse that, you know, we don't have the facilities, we don't have a gym, I'm so far from a track. You know, there is no reason why you can't achieve what you want to do. I got a video yesterday from a guy from North Leitrim who was, because it was so frozen in Leitrim, went with his dad to work and trained in an underground car park in Sligo. So everybody who wants to achieve will always find a solution.
Yeah,
so guys, I know there's a couple of thank yous in the chat box. If you're too shy to talk, send a message beforehand to the WhatsApp group and the Facebook, that everybody will be aware of it. Now, Rob, really grateful that you gave up your time, and I think everybody enjoyed it.
No, it was a pleasure.
You all need a bit of excitement.
I'll see you next Saturday.
Great, Rob. What we might do is, I want to do a little bit of a judging education course, because we need more judges, and I want the kids to understand the rules of the event as well. I realise that's not the most exciting topic in the world after Robert Korzynowski and Marian Heffernan. So we might tag on a circus session after the rules. So it means you've got to endure listening to me and the rules, but afterwards we'll do a circuit session as well. Or so maybe Jane Saville will do you know, her Zumba dancing, as she promised to do last week. And I even see Jane's mother was on the call from Sydney, guys, and she was taking notes of every exercise. So even though she wasn't actually doing it, she was still taking notes. I can see you nodding, Anne. It's lovely to see you. And I saw my dad also taking notes of the exercise. So even for the coaches who mightn't be as willing to do circuit sessions on a Saturday morning, they were still writing down the exercises to use with the athletes. So we can all upskill ourselves, we can all learn.
the parents can get involved in this as well next week. There's no reason why they can't, you know.
And it's just interesting, Rob, that when that young Samuel Regan was winning the Young Scientist, that the guy presenting the award said, "I hope we can do something for grown-ups." So maybe there's a plan for that in the future. Who knows?
No, we can all do this next week, lads. All right, all the parents. Bernie, get into the spandex next week, and you can join in this as well. All right.
All right, guys. This is some lovely thanks message there in the chat box. I'm not going to end the call for all because somebody told me last week it was traumatic when I ended it for everybody all of a sudden. It was this great positive call, and then everyone's back alone in their sitting room. So you can all hang up as you want to hang up on the call. But thank you so much for your time and engagement, guys. Please send in your challenges tomorrow, and we'll set next week's challenges tomorrow as well. Take care, guys. Bye-bye, Regan and Tara. You were brilliant. Good on you.
Thanks very much.
You'll be a TikTok circuit next week. How do you come over?
You do end the video.
You have to press the top left hand corner.
Thank you.